Plaintiff William Cunningham says his dad dated the defendant's mom, and eventually he and the defendant started a relationship. William has a child with the defendant, but claims she lied and said he fathered her other child, which a DNA test proved to be untrue. William is suing because he claims the defendant destroyed his property with a butcher knife. Defendant Cassandra Gabbard insists she never misled William and only told him that there was a possibility that he fathered her daughter. Cassandra insists she never damaged William's property.
Tell me what happened here.
I just like to start by saying, Judge, you're a big inspiration to me. I read your story. I see where you came from and where you're at now. That lets me know not to put any limitations on myself.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
That's why I tell people about my background. Well, after the news disclosed it when I was running for judge, but that was a blessing to you and other guys like you. The news came at me while I was running for judge. They disclosed my background. I wasn't telling folks. They disclosed it, and ever since then, people like you saying they're inspired. So thank the Detroit News. I'm being funny about thanking them, but I'm glad to hear that it's been beneficial to you.
Okay, I just want to start by saying how I met the defendant. I met her through her mother and my father, which were dating 4 years ago. I have a child by the defendant. We've been on and off for 4 years. The reason we're here today is because she's destroyed some of my property, my clothing.
Give me a little bit about the relationship, though. How's that been?
Well, we together, everything was good at first. Then we start having trust issues on both parts.
How so?
She started thinking that I wanted the other mother of my child more than I wanted her. And
what made her think that? You spending more time over there?
No, I wasn't spending any time. I was actually spending all my time with her. She would call about my son, my other son. She would call, but she was calling the house phone because I didn't have a cell phone.
She called about your other son over there at midnight, huh?
It wasn't midnight, sir. Right? It wasn't midnight, sir.
What time was she calling?
At reasonable hours.
Late.
All right. I was running for judge. They disclosed my background. I wasn't telling folks. They disclosed it, and ever since then, people like you saying they're inspired. So thank the Detroit News.
Defendant Cassandra Gabbard dated the plaintiff, who claims Cassandra lied about him fathering her daughter, which a DNA test proved to be untrue.
And you get up and go at midnight to check on your son?
No, I never got up to go, Your Honor. Never did it come to that. My son was always dropped off to me at our residence.
So what made her suspect?
She's just, I don't have no idea. She's just a real jealous person. I guess her insecurities in herself.
Why did I suspect him? Because when we would go pick him up, he would be in her house for like 45 minutes to an hour just to pick up his kid.
And you would be outside?
Yeah. Yes.
When he come out, would you ask, why did you leave me out here for an hour?
Yes, he said that he would, needs to talk to her about their kid and stuff.
Any other evidence other than he was inside picking up his child?
No.
All right. You believe she was involved with someone? We're going to get to the property damage, but...
Yeah, I believe she was involved with someone too.
What made you believe that? Just
random text messages in the middle of the night, phone calls, privacy, her and her mom having talks in the back room,
What are the calls in the middle of the night, though? Did you ask her about them? What was she saying?
Yeah, I would ask her, and she would say it was her friends. It was always her friends. Always her friends.
You're a friendly person, right?
I sure am.
That's why you're in trouble now. All right, let's get to the property damage you sued her about. What happened?
Okay, in August of 2012, we had tried again. I moved back into the residence with her and her mother and my father. Me and my father got into an argument, so I beat the bigger man and I left. I guess she took that as me kicking her to the curb. But that wasn't the case at all. A week or two later, right, we have to go down and get DNA on her daughter, which I thought was mine. She told me it was mine in the beginning.
No, I didn't.
Well, excuse me, Your Honor, this is exactly how it happened. She gave me a call, right? She sets it all up to come over to my house one day. Okay, so we set it all up. I ain't gonna lie, she's the mother of my child. We still have sex, we still do that. Okay, she comes over to my house, we do our due, she leaves. I get a phone call 3 days later, I'm pregnant.
That's what you get doing your due. Go ahead.
But me being me, I'm thinking in my head, like 3 days, how can you come and tell me you're pregnant in 3 days? But I know me being a man, what I did and unprotected, so I'm not gonna say that and put you all out there like that. I'm gonna take responsibilities on for me. Okay, it could be mine, it's a possibility. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Later down the line, we end up going to court for my other child.
That's when I told you when I was pregnant, is when we went to court for our child.
Go ahead.
Right, that's after she had told me, when we go to court for our child, she's already this big. So when she tells me, I'm sorry, I tried to trap you, I knew I was pregnant when I came there.
Man.
Why would I say that if I was like 3.5 months pregnant when I found out?
Well, let's just talk about it. Tell me what's going on with that.
I was already, when we went to court, I was already pregnant.
Was the child his or not?
No.
Did you ever tell him it was?
Yeah, I said it could be a possibility that it's yours.
How pregnant were you when you told him that?
3 months.
Why'd you wait?
3 months.
I was 3 months pregnant when I found out I was pregnant.
Oh, okay. And so immediately after finding out is when you told him it might be his?
It was about a week or so.
Okay. All right. And when did you find out it wasn't?
We went to court August, or DNA, whatever, August 9th. So it was like 3 weeks after that is when we found out it wasn't his.
All right. So you didn't deceive him?
No.
Okay. You think she did?
Yes, Your Honor. That's not how it went. When we went to court for our child support on our son that we do have, she told me then, I knew it wasn't yours. I was pregnant when I came to your house. I'm sorry.
All right. She denies that. What do you want to show me there?
Okay.
We're going to get to the property damage. What is that?
Pictures of the evidence she tore it up.
Let's see it, please. Oh, what did she do? I haven't heard what happened.
Well, when we went to go take the DNA test on the 9th, she shows up there with my property because when I left her house, I didn't go get my belongings or nothing to keep it down. I didn't go get my belongings. She brings my belongings to me to the child support. Okay, when I get home and I get to looking through my things, I discovered that she has tore up everything. She has cut and taken a butcher knife to everything. My shoes, my coat, my clothes, everything.
Ma'am? Did you do that?
I didn't destroy nothing of his, no.
Okay, and these pictures, all right, well.
For the record, if I destroyed
seems like he has more than a shred of evidence. You don't know anything about it? Did you return his clothes to him?
Yes, I did return his clothes to him.
And...
But it wasn't like that when I returned them.
Okay. You gathered them at the house?
No, I didn't have to gather them because they was already in his trash bag that he carries around.
Okay. And that's what he was taking them from on a daily basis to change and put on?
Out the trash bag, yeah.
Okay.
Defendant Cassandra Gabbard dated the plaintiff, who claims Cassandra lied about him fathering her daughter, which a DNA test proved to be untrue.
During the time he lived with you, were they cut up? Would he wear shredded clothing?
No.
All right. And you brought the garbage bag full of clothes to him. And when he got them, they were all shredded.
No.
He ain't showing me pictures unless he went and shredded them himself.
If I did that, why would he wait almost, well, it was 9 days to do anything about it?
Do anything like what?
Go to the courts.
Shredded the man's shoes. Gators at that. What do you want to say, sir?
I also have text messages, Your Honor, where I have text her and she texts me back talking.
Ma'am?
I don't have a phone.
You won't be able to afford one after this. You think you tasted someone else, and that's just the beginning. Judgment for the plaintiff, $3,000. You've shown clear evidence. Have a good day.
Oh, that's the mother of my child. I could never hate her or have any animosity. I just wanted my things replaced. That's all. That's it.
I never destroyed any of his stuff, ever. If I did, why would I give it back to him?
Well, I'm glad the judge didn't feel that way.
Yeah, whatever. You live out of a trash bag, living house to house, spreading your little nasty herpes that you got.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
But now I'm going to go ahead and pay some rent with that $3,000, all right?
You might need to go do that then. About time you got something in life.
Right.
Right.